What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, One Piece Treasure Cruise Japan have gone crazy and yet again introduced another Sugo-Fest, including 2 brand new legends and 3 rare recruit characters. And in this video today, we're going to be breaking down the abilities, or basically half the abilities of the brand new characters that are coming out. We don't have any information relating to the new rare recruit characters. We know what their typing is, but we don't know their classes or their abilities. So once we get the data download, I'll probably upload another video giving you guys a rundown of their abilities. But my god, these characters are pretty special, and you guys are seeing on screen right now, we're over on the Japanese website, and we scroll up, look at this banner right here. We have 2 brand new dual legends. We've got Shirahoshi and Mansherry, and we've got Rebecca and Vivi. So finally, we get a Vivi legend. I know a lot of people out there have been wanting Vivi to get a legend for a long time, and we are finally getting that. Weirdly enough, Shirahoshi is getting another legend, so technically it's V2 Shirahoshi, along with a legend Mansherry, which is really cool. So it's awesome they're, releasing these legends, but I know a lot of people are upset at the same time, because they've been releasing a lot of legends on Japan. They had the anniversary, which had Big Mom V2, as well as Luffy and Law, and then like a week later, they had Sabo and Koala, and then they released the, the Dogstorm and Cat Viper. So they've been pumping out legends on Japan, and yet again in this month, they're releasing another Sugo-Fest with a brand new batch. So in this video today, we're going to be breaking down these legends. We only know their captain abilities and their special abilities, and we know what color they are. So unfortunately, we don't know like everything about them. Like, we don't even know their switching abilities. So their switching ability is going to make these characters even better than what they already are. But when there's a data download with all the new batch characters as well, because there are 3 new rare recruits in this batch as well, I'll probably upload another video breaking down those guys as well. But this is exciting stuff. So let's go ahead and talk about this Sugo-Fest. So it starts on the 28th of June and will end on the 7th of July. And then as it says here, we can actually go ahead and translate this. It says there is Shirahoshi and Mansherry as one of the dual legends. And then of course, this one is Vivi and Rebecca. And then it also goes through their abilities here. So I've actually got these translated right here, so we can actually go through them for you guys. So we don't have to worry about, translations being wrong or anything. So here we go. This is the first character we're going to be going through, which is going to be Shirahoshi and Mansherry. So here we go. Here, this is it. Shirahoshi is an int character and Mansherry is a side character. Actually, just to double check, I will go down to the bottom here. I want to double check to ensure that we have this correct. So we have Shirahoshi, yeah, int, and then this should be Mansherry being psi. Mansherry heart. Yeah, there we go. And then this should be Vivi dex. Yes. And then we've got Rebecca strength. Yeah, okay. So just wanted to double check that to make sure everything was correct. But yes, here we go. The captain ability of Shirahoshi and Mansherry recovers 5 times their recovery at the end of each turn, which makes sense. It would make sense that this character is a healer of some kind. Then, boost the attack of Cerebral, Striker, and Free Spirit characters by 3.5 times, and protect from defeat as long as your HP is above 50%. That's pretty good. That is a really good captain ability, though you do have to remember that this is the dual combined captain effect. We do not know what each of these separate abilities are when they are just their solo units. I would assume that they're still going to probably boost all 3 of these classes. It'll be a lower multiplier, and then Mansherry's probably going to be a healer, and Shirahoshi might have maybe some sort of heal, but I think this would be a Shirahoshi type of ability. But we'll have to wait and see. As I said, when there's a data download, we'll be able to break down this batch a little bit better. But captain ability, pretty stock standard. It is not too bad. The amount of recovery that you can get from it, if we just assume that their recovery is, I think that after limit break, it's pretty safe to assume that their recovery is going to be at least 600, I would think. And if you times that by 5, it's 3,000. And if you run double of these characters, you times that by 2, 6,000. And then if you add auto healing as well, 7,000 recovery. It's probably going to be higher than this, if I have to be quite honest. So that's pretty good. 7,000 at least recovery per turn with a 3.5 times attack captain. And you can't be defeated when you're above 50% health, so you can tank like massive death hits from the enemy. That's really strong. I don't think it's going to be like a widely used character, but if you're just starting the game, this wouldn't be a terrible character to start with. As for their special ability, they're going to go ahead and change all of your crew slots, including block, into matching. And then recover 100 times their recovery and recover 10 turns of any 2 debuffs of your choosing. This is a brand new mechanic that we haven't seen in the game yet. This is the first character to have this type of ability. You can choose 2 separate debuffs on your team. You can't choose it on the enemy side of the field, I believe. You can only choose debuffs on your team, and you choose 2 of them and remove 10 turns of them. Like, how good is that? That's crazy. I really hope that this includes Ship Bind, because we haven't had a character in the game that has had a special ability that has been able to remove Ship Bind. We know that's not a very common ability, but it would be nice if there was a character that was able to do that, and it would be cool if this was able to do it. You know, hopefully this character can remove like abilities like Recovery Bind from Limit Break abilities. Also, Slot Bind would be awesome to see if we have finally a character that can use that. Special Bind would be interesting. I really hope this character is immune to Special Bind. That would be so good. Or maybe they have a switching effect that removes Special Bind. We'll have to wait and see about that. But this is a very interesting mechanic, and it also has me a little bit worried as to what kind of content we're going to be getting straight after this Sugo-Fest. I think it's going to be kind of crazy. And then this is the interesting part as well, is that you will become the dual unit Shirahoshi and Mansherry only for 1 turn. So that is a pretty big drawback to the character. Every other dual legend in the game is a 3-turn combination. This one is only for 1 turn. So again, I don't really know how well that's going to be working, and I really hope the recovery is still going to be good when they're the solo characters. But man, I don't know. I think that should have still been 3 turns. I think that would have been a little bit better. But then even further, it states at the bottom of the special that this special does not trigger enemy interrupts. Again, that is so goddamn good, because how many interrupts in the game interrupt to orb manipulation and recovery? There are so many characters that do that, and the fact that you have an ability that can give you guaranteed a full board of matching orbs that gets rid of block orbs as well, and gives you essentially a full heal for like 99% of teams, that doesn't trigger enemy interrupts, that's gonna be something special. Honestly, what I'm thinking is the next big content coming up, it's gonna have an interrupt to orb manipulation, it's gonna have an interrupt to healing, and this is the only character that's gonna be able to get around that. Like, to be quite honest, I think that's gonna be the case. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the abilities of Shirahoshi and Mansherry. That's what they should be doing, is introducing mechanics that are really unique to these new legends, and that, you know, obviously incentivizes people to be pulling for them. So, you know, I give a round of applause to Bandai for this character, because I think that it's you know, it's just unique, and I really love that about it. Now, the next character we're going to be talking about is the other legend, which is Vivi and Rebecca. Now, for me personally, I'm not really as excited for Vivi and Rebecca. I mean, obviously, if I'm just talking about the characters, I would be more excited for Vivi and Rebecca, but their abilities, in my opinion, aren't that good compared to Shirahoshi and Mansherry with their very unique ability that allows you to avoid enemy interrupts and remove debuffs. I'm more excited for this character. But anyways, talking about them, right? We have Vivi, who is a Dex character, and Rebecca, who is a Strength character. Now, the Captain ability, this is the combined Captain ability of this character. Boost the attack of all characters by 1.75 times, and boost the color affinity by 2.5 times. This is a really interesting ability as well. Like, this is I think this is the second character now that has had a inbuilt color affinity with their Captain ability, obviously the first one being version 2 Katakuri, and also gives you a 1.2 times HP boost to all characters. This is pretty good if you are able to get, obviously, a type boost against the enemy, so 1.75 attack, and if you have color affinity, you give it 2.5 times, 4.3 multiplier, dude, and that's a rainbow ability. But you do have to think, you only get that ability when you have type advantage, so it's going to be difficult to get, because, you know, if you're just attacking normally, it's a 1.75 times you know, attack boost, which really isn't much. And also, you got to remember is that the color affinity boosted by 2.5 times, that also works negatively in your behalf as well. So if you are attacking against an enemy that you're weak against, you're basically doing no damage. You're not doing any damage to the enemy. So you really have to make sure you have the right characters on your team that is able to get around the abilities of the enemy, as well as having, you know, the abilities of the typing, the right typings on your team in order to actually get around the enemies, giving you a lot of damage output. So honestly, just looking at this Captain ability, I would probably opt to run maybe a captain of this, if you do want to run this character as a captain, with maybe a friend something else. I don't know what you'd run, but I think that running double of this character is kind of risky, unless if you have like the perfect team for that content. Also for this as well, makes your crew's Psi and Int orbs beneficial as well, and reduces damage taken by 20%. Now remember, this is only the dual captain ability, so the solo captain ability is going to be much different. Once again, we'll have to wait for the data download for this, but again, it's pretty interesting, but I do vastly prefer the captain ability of Shirahoshi and Mansherry for myself personally. But now talking about their special, right? Their special ability is actually really good. Reduces all turns of increased defense and percent damage reduction. So this is the blue shield and the rainbow shield. If the enemy has any amount of turns of it, it completely removes it. That is freaking hype. We've had a character that's completely removed increased defense before, the rare recruit Int Peckham's from the V2 Sanji batch. He actually did remove all turns of blue shield, but now we have a character that removes all turns of rainbow shield, so that's really nice. Unfortunately, it doesn't remove damage threshold. That would have been awesome if they did that. Unfortunately, not the case. And then they actually have a boosted ability as well, where it says for 2 turns, double cerebral and striker characters' color affinity. That's pretty hype. A 2x color affinity is always useful. The thing is that their captain ability is a rainbow captain, but their special ability boosts cerebral and striker characters' color affinity. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe their solo captain abilities only boost one of the classes. Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, as I said. But I feel like it would have been awesome if it was just a rainbow 2x color affinity for 1 turn. I think that would have been a little bit more acceptable, and then also become the dual unit for 3 turns. So I don't know how you guys feel about this. I definitely prefer the unique abilities of the Shirahoshi and Mansherry vastly, over Vivi and Rebecca. However, as I said, we don't know their sailor abilities, and we don't know what their limit break abilities are, and we don't know what their swap effect is, and that could definitely change my opinions on the character. As for the rest of the batch, if we scroll all the way down here, all the way down to the boosted rare recruit list, which should be here. So we've got one character here. We can translate this. Now, this is Connie, free H, who is a speed unit, which is quick. I believe this is going to be Bonnie. Bonnie, where she was in the Reverie, where she turned into the old lady. I believe that's what this character is supposed to be. So we've got Bonnie / Connie, who is a quick unit. The next character here will translate is going to be Viola from Dressrosa, who is a knowledge unit, which is an int character. Nice to see. And this is the most exciting one in my personal opinion. We have a brand new Kobe rare recruit in the game, and he is going to be a strength unit. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to see what their artworks are going to look like, and hopefully we get a data download within the next 24 to 48 hours. And as I said, I'm going to be uploading another video breaking down the whole batch when we get that information. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the brand new Sugo-Fest arriving on Japan, being Shirahoshi Mansherry and Rebecca and Vivi. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.